Hi, this is Bo Blackwell from ClickBank. If you've been involved in affiliate marketing for very long, you've probably heard the phrase, the Google slap. It's something that's a big concern for a lot of internet marketers and a lot of ClickBank clients. So recently, our VP of Business Development, Dush Ramachandran, has been in close contact with several members of Google's AdWords team. And in this video today, I'm going to share with you what we've learned about Google's reasoning behind how they assign quality scores, which practices they approve and disapprove of, and what to do if you have gotten in trouble and gotten your website or your ad slapped. So first, let's talk about what is the Google slap if you're not familiar with it. Essentially, it's the lowering of an AdWords ad's quality score. Typically either to the point where it becomes very expensive to run that advertisement for a particular keyword or key phrase, or in some cases where you're basically not allowed to run it at all. There's another example where in some cases people have actually had their accounts banned from advertising. But these instances are really rare, and typically it's only after kind of repeated offenses that someone's account would actually get banned. So let's talk about what ClickBank's doing about it. As I mentioned, one of our VPs has been working closely with Google to learn more about their quality guidelines, and then we've been gathering what we've learned and providing this information to our clients around what the best practices are for how to stay on the good side of Google, how to avoid getting in trouble, and what you can do about it if that does come to pass. So first, let's talk about what Google's reasoning is behind why they assign quality score at all and why that's something they look at. They told us that it's all part of their mission to deliver really high quality and relevant info to searchers. And an interesting thing, and one thing that not everybody knows, is that they consider it this mission applying to ads as well as to natural search results. A lot of people think, well, they're going to make money off of these ads no matter what, so why do they care what they show or what these advertisements are? But really they feel that these ads are just part of the overall information and part of the search process. So in fact, they told us that they would rather show no ads at all than to show low quality results. And the reasoning behind that is that it really hurts their brand if someone comes to Google expecting to find good information and they get shown something that is really disappointing or really irrelevant, or that is just otherwise really unsatisfying. That's going to reflect badly on Google, and they may not stay the search engine of choice for the searchers. So they're really dedicated to keeping all of their results, both paid and unpaid, as high quality as they can. So now we'll talk about what goes into quality score and what they look at to determine the quality score, which they do on the fly every time ads are served. So there are three main factors. The first factor is click-through rate, which is basically just the percentage of viewers who click on your ad compared to the number of people who were shown the ad. And it's actually weighted depending on what position your ad is in. So they expect that the top placed ads will get clicked on more often than lower placed ads. So it's not like they apply that same click-through rate criteria, or that they expect the click-through rate should be the same regardless of what position an ad is in. So they do weigh it and factor in for that position. The second piece is called real-time relevancy, and basically it's Google looking at any other keys in the search phrase or search terms that will give them an idea of really what that person's looking for. To give you an example, let's say someone searches for the term RAM, R-A-M. There are a lot of different things they could be looking for. For example, they could be looking for computer memory. They could be looking for information about Dodge Ram trucks. They could be looking for hunting information. or they could be looking for information about the St. Louis Rams football team. So basically, Google will use other words that are part of the phrase to try to get a better picture of what the most relevant ads are, and they will improve the quality score of ads that meet that relevancy factor. Or conversely, they'll drop the quality score if an ad doesn't match up well to that keyword phrase. And finally, the third part, and the part that typically has the most to do with the Google slap, is the landing page. So we'll talk about that next, because that's going to be really important to most of the people that are interested in learning about the Google slap. But according to Google, click-through rate is the most important factor that's weighed into the quality score. So landing page quality, the reason that they started looking at landing page quality a little while back is that it's basically used to prevent the manipulation of results. In the past, before they looked at it, there would be people who would write ads that would sound as if they would be very relevant to the search results or to the search phrase, but then when the visitor actually arrived at the page itself, it wasn't relevant at all. And that was really disappointing for users, and it led to sort of a decline in the level of quality. So looking at the actual quality all the way down to the landing page means that the results are unique and they're relevant to the searcher. So here's the big question that everybody wants to know, is what leads to low landing page quality score? There are a number of factors, and these are some general guidelines that we got from Google, although they're not necessarily everything they look at. These are just some of the things that they shared for us as examples of what they look for, and we'll get into some specifics on some of these on the next slide. The first one is just generally irrelevant results. If there's a search that's performed, but then the ad that links to a landing page, if that landing page doesn't actually end up having anything to do with that search phrase, that's going to get dinged on quality score, absolutely. The next is attempts to gather leads or serve ads while providing little or no information or real value to the searcher, and we'll get into that on the next slide. Annoying page elements, we'll also get into some specifics on that. This next one, sites that distribute malware either knowingly or unknowingly. Now that one is important because there are a lot of cases where people's sites may get hacked. An example I can think of is in the past, WordPress-based sites have been hacked from time to time based on vulnerabilities if people don't keep their WordPress updated, and code can actually be inserted on the site by hackers that will then distribute malware or viruses or point people to websites that do those things. So just to protect its searchers, Google looks for those things and will lower the quality score or ban sites that are distributing malware, even if the actual site owner isn't aware that it's going on. And in those cases, you have to fix your site and make sure that you've removed all the bad stuff before you resubmit it. And then finally, affiliate sites that don't comply with Google's affiliate guidelines. And I'll post a link in the description of this video to those affiliate guidelines so that you can read through them. And if you are an affiliate with a website that's sending traffic to various products, that you can make sure you're meeting those guidelines. So that's the end of part 1. Be sure to check out the video part 2, where we'll get into some of the specifics about what Google does and doesn't like, and what to do if your page has been slapped. Thanks for watching.